Hi, so today I want to talk about something called the FSA ID. So this is going to be a short but sweet vlog, really important, and it's a to-do for everybody that's going to be submitting the FAFSA this coming fall. So you want to get this done, get it taken care of. So you need to get an FSA ID, as I said, and that stands for Federal Student Aid. So basically, the student that is submitting the FAFSA needs to get one, and the parent that is submitting the FAFSA needs to get one. So if the parents are married, then whichever parent is owning this piece of the puzzle, right, and is helping the student submit the FAFSA, that parent will get the FSA ID and password, and then again, the student needs to. If your family is divorced, then whichever parent is submitting the FAFSA with the student, meaning sharing their financial information per the rules of the FAFSA, that's the parent that's going to submit it. Both parents aren't submitting if you're divorced. One parent who's sharing their information is the parent that gets the FSA ID. And if you Google create FSA ID, you're going to get a link, studentaid.gov/da-da-da-da-da. That's the one you want. And what you'll do is you'll create a username, you'll make one up, and if nobody's using it, it'll give you the high sign to move on, create your password, and when I did it for my two kids, there were 5 security questions. So I'm not sure if that's still the same, but there'll be some security questions most likely. And so your child needs to do it, and you need to do it. And the reason you're doing this is the student will use this to actually log into their FAFSA with the username and password. The parent needs the FSA ID only to e-sign, right? It's just to e-sign and electronically submit the FAFSA on the last page before you hit submit. So the student can actually log into their FAFSA using their date of birth and their social security number, and then they can use the FSA ID and password to e-sign on the last page. And then the parent will as well, or the student can log into the FAFSA using the FSA ID and password, and then they will not be required to e-sign on the last page because they've already signed in that way. So either way is fine, but just remember, parents, you are not submitting the FAFSA. If you submit the FAFSA under your FSA ID and password, you're the student, right? So it's definitely the student logging in using their credentials, either date of birth and social security number or FSA ID and password. And you want to do this. The reason why I'm shooting this now and sharing with you now is so that you just get it done, right? Get it done. Takes a couple days for them to process it and to approve it. You don't want to be waiting until the last minute when you have potentially financial aid deadlines looming and you're just creating stress. My whole deal is enjoy the journey, right? So this is a way to get something that's easy and straightforward done ahead of time, and then it's not a stressor down the road, okay? And you're going to want to keep this in a safe place because every year you're going to be resubmitting the FAFSA, right? And so you're going to need this, right? So if you have a password protected password spreadsheet like I do, right, where I have all my passwords, stick it in there wherever you're going to keep it so that you know where it is. Because I work with people all the time and I go over, we're reviewing forms and I'm coaching them and I'm like, okay, we need that ID. And they're texting their kids and I don't know where it is. I don't know what theirs is. You want to have those handy. Have your child save it somewhere safe, and you should save yours somewhere safe. Okay. So again, great thing to do the summer before so that you're all set and you're ready to go. So I hope that helps. And that's a to-do. You can just mark off your list and feel good that you have it done. And as always, enjoy the journey.